Hi class, my name is Sadie, and I'm excited to come to you today and speak about the communication skills which make for a successful social worker. Before I start, I'd like to share with you one of my favorite quotes. Anne Frank once said, "How wonderful it is that nobody need waste a single moment to improve the world." I find this simple message to be powerful as a catalyst in my own life, which motivates me to the field of social work. It is the actions of one single person that can change someone's life forever. Now, before we can get to that point, there are some fundamental communication skills that myself and really anyone who's interested in the field will need to learn and master. There's far too many for us to name at this time, so we will start by reviewing what I consider the three main points. That is, the power in portraying empathy, being an active listener, and also not only your verbal, but also nonverbal communication skills, such as eye contact. Though before I go on, I think I should address the elephant in the room, as I'm sure some of you may be thinking, what does this do for my life? Well, I'll tell you. Did you know that there are over 600,000 social workers in just the United States alone? See, social workers care and provide assistance over a wide variety of specific needs, such as poverty, stress, divorce, abuse, death, addiction, and so many others. I could go on and on. Now, I know all of these are pretty heavy topics, but the truth of the matter is sometimes life gets tough. So where one may not personally need to seek out a social worker, there is a high chance that someone in your life will at one point. In learning these key communication skills, you too can be a shoulder for support to your friends and family around you. As I mentioned earlier, the first topic I want to go over is the power in portraying empathy. It can take a lot for one to open up and become vulnerable with a social worker, or really anyone for that matter. So in that situation, you always have to be sure to tread lightly. See, the very definition of empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. In the field of social work, it is important not that you only hear what your client is saying, but that you also can relate to what they are saying. Studies have shown us that the effects of being an empathetic social worker have improved outcomes in their clients. This is not a new concept in the field. However, research also continues to show that there's a significant amount of social workers in today's world that are not properly displaying empathy. In order for a true impact and relationship to develop between client and social worker, we will certainly want to start with this basic component. An empathetic social worker is able to improve the lives of his or her clients by relating and connecting on an emotional level. As a result, one would interact in ways by saying things such as, "I hear your concerns," "I understand your frustration," and so forth. This leads me into our next communication skill, which is the action of listening. In order to properly display empathy for your client, you first must make sure you're truly hearing the message that they're trying to display. See, an active listener is able to concentrate on a subject, process the information, and respond appropriately. This is a value highly important to any social worker. Specifically though, I want to speak on this as it is a prevalent issue with children and young adults seeing social workers. It is merely a misunderstanding between the way an adult shows respect in listening and the way children expect audible and physical responses to show that they are being heard. As discussed in the research provided by Allison McLeod, the way the young people judged whether someone really listened was by whether they acted in response to what they had heard. See, oftentimes it appears one is providing visual cues such as a nod or minimal verbal responses, but a child's message is not always fully being heard. This has led to a gap in the field of social work, and with further knowledge and understanding on the means of communication, we can all work to fix this. Lastly, I want to discuss the importance of not only mastering your verbal forms of communication, but also nonverbal. There are so many simple ways to show assertiveness to one, through eye contact and other nonverbal forms of communication. Such as a smile or a nod, you can display such a huge message. Specifically, eye contact lets us know when one is interested in what we are saying and being respectful to our time as well. The appropriate use of eye contact is important to creating and building relationships in all aspects of life. As I've discussed today, there are so many different ways in which one can have the proper communication skills that can benefit everyone. While this information is specifically important to me in my efforts to becoming an effective social worker, I hope you too find this has shown to be helpful in addressing ways you too can benefit and improve the relationships with those around you. Now, being the sucker that I am for a good quote, I want to close with this final statement from Mahatma Gandhi, where he says, "The best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others." This is just what I wish to do with my life and the skills we've discussed. You and I can be one step closer. Thank you for allowing me to speak to you today, and I really hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.